Hey everyone, welcome to the High Priestess Tamari channel and to another collective reading. I hope you're all doing well. So yes, we're going back to basics, back to our roots, okay? We have the heavy hitter out, okay? So we're just going to dive into that. And of course, you may have noticed, for those who were with me from the early days, okay, from the very beginning, possibly even over on my original channel, we have Mr. Crow reborn, okay? So we have baby Crow on the table. So yes, it feels good. It feels good to have Mr. Crow back with us. And so yeah, I figured what better way to celebrate than get some powerful messages and see what you guys need to know. So we have brought out the heavy hitters, okay, in terms of my decks. This is obviously my custom deck. Not used it for a minute, so we'll see what comes out. Straight off the bat, we have royalty, okay? So this is all about bloodlines, lineage, okay? That of the divine and that royal. Iman energy, okay? So this is speaking on leadership. A leader, someone who's in a position of leadership. Someone who's seen as very wise, very knowledgeable. A form of counsel, okay? So this could be someone who provides counsel. Someone who comes from a very powerful bloodline, a divine masculine. Okay, so this could be you or someone that you know, okay? So we'll see. A divine masculine that comes from a divine lineage, okay? This is someone who's seen as a pillar of their community, someone who's very wise, very knowledgeable, has a lot of insight. This is someone who's very well educated as well, okay? So this is someone who could have higher education, degrees under their belt, okay, or just be very knowledgeable in a number of subject matters, okay. This is someone who could be even self-taught when it comes to different subjects, okay. But someone very intelligent, but also very wise. Tell me more about this individual, please. Yeah, we have the number 6, okay, so someone who's very blessed also. We have a politician in the mix, okay. So this could be someone who's also a good speaker, right? So this person could also have the qualities that would make them an excellent politician, okay? Someone who's a very good speaker, very good at communicating, okay? Some important subjects, someone who's knowledgeable in maybe sort of national affairs, foreign affairs, okay? This could be someone who advocates, okay, for assistance in other parts of the world, maybe where there has been conflict or some kind of issues going on, okay, that requires international intention, okay. It feels like that with this energy here. So this is someone who is a leader. This is someone who is a self-starter. This is someone who takes action. They don't sit idly by. Yeah. So this is someone who is devout to this calling that they have. This is someone who's devoted to this purpose, okay? They feel like it is their mission in life to speak on subjects, okay, that are close to their heart, where there is a tremendous amount of suffering or people in need of care, support, okay? They could even be working with other community leaders, okay? People that may be part of different organizations. They could be rallying for more support and assistance when it comes to this, is what I'm getting. Yeah, what did I tell you about the divine lineage and the royal lineage? And we have aristocrat here. Yeah, so this is someone who could actually be connected or affiliated with both, okay? This person may have ties to a royal family in the world, okay? It doesn't have to be the UK. I don't think this is the UK by any means. I feel like this is far further afield, okay? This is someone who has ties to a royal family, but I don't feel like this person is associated with them. It could be through bloodlines, right, that they have connections with this royal family. But this is someone who has divine lineage as well, okay? A divine masculine. So they're almost like the bridge between these aristocrats and also the actual divine bloodline, okay, that they're connected to. Yeah. Interesting how they came up with victim. So this person could have been targeted from early on in life, okay, by members of their own family. That could be why they're estranged from this royal lineage, okay. Maybe they were chosen as a sacrifice, but this person was able to escape. Yeah. But this person was targeted for sure because they were gifted, because again, they are not only of royal lineage, but they also are of divine lineage, okay. So they were looking to sacrifice this person, possibly for some kind of gain, possibly to ensure that their wealth remains within a certain faction, okay, of the bloodline, you know, the royal bloodline. So this could have been a quest for maintaining ultimate power, right? For maintaining wealth, for maintaining status. So it could even be that this person's mere existence was a threat to a faction of this royal bloodline. Yeah. Because if this person was to claim their birthright, these people would have been ousted. So that's why it looks like this person was targeted from very early on, okay? So this person knows what it means to go through hardships, to suffer, to have been unfairly treated, okay? This person may have had to actually, you know, resort to running away, or has become exiled by their own bloodline, by their own family, by their own country maybe, okay? So this person could be in exile, or they had to go into exile for fear of their safety. This is very specific, okay? But I clearly feel like this person is someone who has seen this, like seen this coming, okay? And so they took some kind of preemptive measure. So before they could get to them, this person, yeah, they managed to get away, okay? So I feel like this is a very specific message for someone, but you'll know, obviously, if you resonate with any of this, okay? Obviously, even though this is detailing a very personal story, I feel like there are certain masculines that will resonate with that feeling of being ostracized or exiled, or maybe even targeted, okay? Being thrown under the bus, treated like the black sheep, has been the one that's endured a lot of attacks, a lot of, you know, unfair treatment, right? Simply for being gifted, for being blessed, for being awakened, right? From early on. And especially if, you know, your relatives were extremely ignorant, okay? And they couldn't stand the fact that you were so enlightened, even as a child, okay? That you were on the path to enlightenment, whilst they were still in ignorance, yeah. So I feel like there is a very specific storyline here, but there's aspects of it that will resonate with various divine masculines here, okay? Again, I feel like there is a leader, there is a masculine that's stepping up, that wants to be a guide, a teacher, a support system to other masculines who have faced persecution, okay, for whatever reason, whether it's for, you know, their gifts, for the fact that they are so connected to source, the divine, because they are blessed, because they are inherently abundant, okay, based on their social standing, or like I say, based on their position within certain bloodlines, okay, and they've been like exiled for that, or attacked for that reason, okay, because of what they stand to gain. But these are definitely, this is definitely speaking on a group of blessed masculines, okay, that are being called to act by a masculine who's basically being tasked with leadership here, okay. This is someone who is being called to step further into that role of leadership. This is someone who has a voice that's meant to be heard. This is someone who can speak for those who have been unfairly persecuted, right? Yeah, what did I say about this person's gifts, right? This is someone who has healing abilities. This is a gifted energy worker, okay? This is someone who is able to read, interpret, connect, and transmute energy. This is a very gifted divine masculine, okay, that's being asked to step up and to lead. This is someone who will inspire other masculines, okay, to go deeper on their journey and to connect with their abilities, their gifts, okay, to focus on their inner healing work, just as this person has been. Yeah, so this could be someone who is very skilled, like I say, when it comes to things that they've studied, right? Things that they have invested time into learning, whether that's through higher education or teaching themselves, right? Being self-taught in various different things. So this is someone who could have technical knowledge, okay, that's very proficient. This could be someone who even works in, the startup industry, the startup sector, or in IT, technology, that sort of thing. This is someone extremely gifted. And this is someone who's actively collaborating and working with those who are striving for change here. So maybe there's certain politicians that are actually paying attention to this masculine as they start to use their voice more and more, maybe start to take up space in certain platforms, right? Maybe utilizing the podiums and the stages that are available to them to voice their concerns, to voice, a call to action when it comes to certain issues here, okay? Especially when it comes to, again, persecution or the targeting of the innocent, right? So this is someone who's standing for those who are voiceless or those who have no way of vocalizing, these issues. This is someone who's actually able to do that. And so they're using their voice for a higher purpose here, having been someone who's been through this sort of persecution themselves, right? So this could even be someone who was facing, like all sorts of nasty scenarios, and have been targeted ever since, even whilst in exile, out of fear that this person would expose what's been going on behind the scenes. Yeah, this is a shaman. I'm telling you, this is someone who's extremely gifted. A healer. I've told you, right? This is someone who's a healer. Someone who has shamanic abilities. This is someone who communes with the divine. Yeah, there's a karmic feminine and a distorted masculine that's been on this person's tail, I'm telling you. So there's a karmic feminine and a distorted masculine, okay, that's been on this person's tail. Yeah, people that were part of their community that possibly were pretending to support them, wanting to help them, but were actually leading them down the wrong path or trying to lead them down the wrong path. But this person listened to their own intuition, okay? Yeah, exactly. They wanted to steer this person on the wrong path, but this person chose the high road, okay? This person chose to not only act as counsel for those who are experiencing persecution or fear for their safety, right? But this is someone who may be furthering their education to maybe even become a judge one day or to be involved in the legal system, right? We saw a politician, yeah. So this could be someone who's stepping into the legal arena, okay, so they can actually bring justice to the situation. What did I say about source? This is someone who is highly connected to the divine. This is someone who's on a mission, right? Being sent to right wrongs here, being sent to stand for those who are being wronged, who are being persecuted, right? This is someone who's equipping themselves with real world skills, okay, real world knowledge, but also with the, academic accreditation, right? In order to be able to stand in these environments, right? And speak their piece, and be able to fairly weigh and judge situations, okay? So not only is this person coming from the spiritual lens and understanding how this is playing out in our world based on their own experiences, right? And their own intimate connection with it. But this is someone who is also applying a certain level of critical thinking and rationale and, acquired information based on going through the legal system itself and acquiring knowledge about how it works and where the failings lie there, right? So this is someone who has the best of both. This is someone who's able to affect real world change, but whilst also understanding the spiritual implications and consequences, right, of certain things. So that's very powerful. Yeah, this is someone who's a divine channel for sure, an empath. I'm telling you, this is someone who's very connected. This is someone who has very strong clairs, right, especially when it comes to clairsentience, claircognizance, right? they have a very deep and ingrained personal connection with Source through this divine lineage as well. Yeah, so this is someone who's been sent to invoke a powerful change here. So this is definitely one of God's men, okay? That's kind of the energy here, like one of God's chosen men to invoke powerful changes here on the earth. Yeah. This is someone who's called to do their part. And they know it. They know they have this call. That's the thing. This person knows they were sent here on a very specific mission. And this person is fulfilling their oath, right? With this energy here, I literally feel like this person made an oath that they would fulfill their calling, their mission. And that's what they're doing. What did I say? This is someone who is a spiritual counsel to others, right? This is someone who has possibly even some kind of like religious standing. You know, it could be in Islam, could be in Christianity, okay? So this could be someone who's actually very religious, but also has that strong spiritual connotation as well. So this isn't someone who's just religious by title. This is someone who's actually very spiritual, you know. So they may not look at things from the same exact lens as maybe their, you know, their peers, okay? Their acquaintances, those who may operate in the same arena, like other priests, other imams, right, is possible. Or this can just be metaphorical because it's not always literal, right? That this person is just highlighting the fact that this person can reach people with different beliefs, okay? People with different viewpoints, different upbringings, different backgrounds, okay? But this person's able to reach them, you know, no matter whether they're spiritual or religious. So this is a very, very gifted masculine I'm picking up on. Yeah, and that's what I got with that energy, with that victim here. I'm telling you, this could have been a masculine that had to flee because they were going to be abducted, right, and sacrificed. Possibly being like enslaved, okay, trafficked is what I was getting. You know, I really didn't want to go there, but it's here, so, you know. So this person escaped that is what I think, right? That's what would have happened to them had they have not, you know, chosen exile. If they had not chosen to abandon their hometown, their home country, right? Their family. Because they were literally set up for, you know, worst case scenarios here. So this person wasn't left with much choice. And now that this person has effectively evaded these individuals and has managed to thrive even outside of this whole mess and, you know, these trappings, you know, this person, instead of just hiding away, they're actively choosing to do something about it, to take a stand, and like I say, to try and prevent this happening from anyone, you know, to anyone else, especially those who, like I say, have been unfairly persecuted because of what they simply stand to gain, or because of certain affiliations, certain connections, certain ancestry or relations that they have, right? It happens a lot more than people realize, that there are people who are connected to certain households, certain classes, certain families, right? Certain institutions even, certain lineages that have been persecuted throughout the ages. And this is someone who absolutely has been, right? So they get it. They have, you know, real world understanding. Yeah, this is someone who's not only been persecuted, but this is someone who actively had a handler, okay? Who was supervised here. They had a handler that was, you know, supposed to keep an eye on them until the time was right. If this person got too wily or, you know, wouldn't come away easily, then they were ordered to take them out. Yeah. So it's like, you know, obviously they wanted to smuggle this person. They wanted to use them for nefarious means, okay? That their own family was indeed the adversary with the devil here. Yeah. So this person had to choose a life of hardship and work their way from the ground up to reach where they are today, after literally being persecuted by their own family, literally being targeted, to be enslaved, to be trafficked, to be used, right? To be sacrificed, maybe even. Because I feel like either way it's sacrificial. You know, this person's energy was going to be used for, you know, nefarious means. So either way they were going to be sacrificed. But this person was able to escape, was able to flee. And they knew that if they ever caught up with them whilst they were on the run, they would have ended them, you know. And yeah, this person could have had it really rough in the beginning because they had no one. They had to find their feet by themselves. I don't doubt that there were some kind people that they connect paths with or met along the way, okay? But realistically, when they went out and fled, okay, wherever they were, they had to start from scratch alone with no help, no one knowing who they are, having to like possibly even change their identity just to keep themselves safe and under the radar. So I don't doubt that this person uses a different name to what their birth name would have been, right? Yeah, we have the Knight of Wands here. This is someone who's been persecuted their whole freaking life. I'm not even joking. Yeah, when all this person does is show up with kindness and compassion in their heart. It's so tragic, you know. It was just unfortunate that these are the circumstances they were born into. This is not someone who said, yeah, I'm divine and, therefore, this should be my life. No, this is someone who obviously accepted the mission, but they may not have known all the clauses, right? Because otherwise perhaps they wouldn't have accepted it, right? But yeah, this is someone who's been persecuted their whole life simply for just being a part of a certain bloodline, a certain royal bloodline that they were born into, but also having that deep connection with the divine lineage here, okay? And being so close to source, that made them a target. Because obviously this royal bloodline, they've chosen an infernal path. So of course they would want to sacrifice the one person who has maintained their connection with source, that had it, very much written all over their face since they were a child. This is someone who's very, very much immersed in source's light, but also source's divine love as well, This is who they are. And that's why they were persecuted, because they represent the ultimate offense to the adversary, right? Yeah. So this is a very gifted, very powerful, very naturally a blessed individual here. Yeah, King of Swords. Very intelligent as well. Very quick, very discerning, very witty. But they knew, that they had to keep a low profile. You see how he's like hidden? And it looks kind of nefarious, but that's because this person has been under immense attack, This person has had to literally conceal their true identity because of the forces at play. They've had to assume another identity, yeah. But they know that this isn't, they aren't the only one who's been through this, right? With that Lovers being here, they may have crossed paths with a feminine who they can identify has gone through similar struggles, okay? So if you're not this masculine that resonate with this, like I say, I'm picking up on a very specific storyline, but there's going to be elements that other masculines who have felt this energy or experienced this will relate to, right? You may have met a feminine, or if you're the feminine, this could be the masculine that you've connected with, their storyline, okay? So take it how it resonates. But there is a masculine and feminine crossing paths that recognize each other, right? Recognize the same energy within one another, right? Obviously, you have your own unique signatures and reasons for crossing, each other's path, right? Like your journey is going to be somewhat shaped differently to theirs, but, there is a meeting of souls here, right? There is definitely a meeting of souls here. There is soul recognition here. You understand, that you both carry a very similar energy signature, and you've both been through it because of that very energy signature that you hold, right? Your aura does not lie, okay? Neither does theirs. Yeah. And so there's a masculine that has been emotionally impacted. This is someone who's basically been keeping their heart on the shelf, not allowing themselves to really get too emotionally attached to anyone because of this, right? Even though they are the embodiment of love themselves. But it's like after crossing paths with the feminine here, if this hasn't happened yet, it's about to. They're falling in love with this person. It's like this person is healing, helping to heal and transform those wounds, right? Because they're being shown true, genuine love from this feminine. And it's enabling them to express themselves authentically as well for the first time ever, possibly, right? Because of course, when you're under this amount of persecution, right, and you're having to fight these intense spiritual battles, how can you be in this energy, right? There's an element of suppression here. But it's like with this feminine, they won't have to suppress it. They can let the love flow freely, and it's reciprocated. Yeah, so I feel like this masculine is going to make a very clear judgment call. As soon as they cross paths, they're choosing one another. That's what I see here. So if you're this masculine, if you haven't met this feminine yet, you will, okay? It's only a matter of time. But it's like this person, this meeting is not by chance, right? Because the divine wanted you to feel the love that you hold within your heart be mirrored back to you, okay? By someone who also encompasses that frequency. Like, you weren't meant to do this whole journey alone. There was aspects of it you had to face alone, okay? And it was character building, and it set you up for what you're about to do. But that's not to say you're not meant to experience love in your life. No. And it's being given freely. Yeah, it's being given freely. But this is someone who's not just a lover to you, right? A romantic partner. This is also an ally. This is a friend, okay? This is someone who you can rely on, okay? Someone who's going to have your back. Someone who's going to assist you where they're able to, you know? I mean, even in practical matters, you know? Where they're able to support you, they're willing to do so. Because they know that the task ahead of you is not easy. Sure, this person will have their missions of their own, I don't doubt it, but they know you're going to need support, right? You're going to need a friend to talk to, right? Someone who you can count on, right? To be there when you need them most. And that's who this person is, right? They represent that. That's what they're literally representing in your life. Yeah. Because like I said, you've kind of still been, like I say, you do obviously have these healing abilities and you've been focused on your healing. But I'm telling you, there's something about this meeting that is automatically helping you to heal another aspect of yourself that was still wounded, all right? It's also enabling you to possibly release some heavy emotions that you've harbored all this time when it comes to having no choice but to leave your home behind, right? Yeah. But it's like it's like you can finally let that go. You can finally let go of the emotional baggage with that, you know, because you feel it, you know, that these weren't your people anyway. You know, yes, it was tragic what happened, and yes, it was evil what they did. But just because they're blood relatives doesn't mean they're true to your family, right? And that's what you're recognizing, right? That you can choose your family, and you're choosing your family. Exactly. You made a judgment call when it comes to this, at least this particular faction of your family, this particular unit, okay? You're realizing that they sold out a long time ago. And so the best thing you can do is, rather than harboring that resentment or feeling like you're having to constantly fight with them, against them, fight back, right? You can just leave them to their own devices, okay? Allow the divine to handle them. Exactly. 3 of Swords. Because I feel like, you know, if you choose to go back to where you lived originally, where you grew up, to face these like demons head on, right? You could end up losing the very person that you feel like is, you know, a sign from the universe of what could be your future. So you're being cautioned here not to get stuck in the past, okay? That's not where you're headed. Your future lies right in front of you, you know. And even if you weren't to be with this person, you know, you have so much good that you can do in the world. So it doesn't make sense to go back and start a senseless battle with people that you know can utilize their resources to outnumber you, okay? It doesn't make sense to do that. Like, your efforts and your energies is best spent elsewhere. There are people you're meant to help. There are people you could literally help save, okay? By working with these organizations, by being this pillar in the community, right? Assisting them in various different ways, in the ways that you're able to, especially when it comes to counsel and guidance and emotional support, right? Not only that, you can literally be in a position where you can stand before high courts, supreme courts, you know, judges, you know, in front of politicians, you know, in houses of parliament, that sort of thing, right? And take a very public stand for these subjects, right? So I just feel like your energy is best spent, you know, being a pillar for change, being a pillar of those who need you, rather than going back to your past and, you know, putting yourself in a very dangerous situation, let's put it that way. So I do feel like there's some part of you that now, because of, you know, you're grown, you know, obviously you're in a much different position, okay? And yes, you know, you have a lot going for you, but it'd be such a waste for you to just go back to try and, like, you know, get revenge or get one up over these people, or even to just confront them, because I feel like it won't go the way you hope. It would be a mistake, okay? So there's a strong warning there that you're not meant to go back. You're meant to keep moving forward and trust that these people have been under judgment, okay? And it's only a matter of time before the devil collects. Excuse me, what did I say? What did I say? It's only a matter of time before the devil comes to collect. And the death card came out. There is no going back, my friend, okay? There's only moving forward. They're literally on borrowed time anyway, so you don't even need to do anything. What you do need to do is focus on you. Focus on this healing journey you're on. Focus on the mission, okay? Handling these people is not the mission. Being an advocate for change, being a pillar of strength for those who need it is your mission here, okay? That'll be a much better use of your gifts, your energy, your insight, your knowledge, okay? Your experience. And like I say, you have someone who's already going to be in your corner, right? Someone who's going to care a tremendous amount for you, love you, want to support you any way they can. They'll be a part of this calling in some shape or form, even if it's just, you know, assisting you with small things and giving you encouragement and just being there when you need to talk, right? Yeah, exactly. 8 of Wands. You have a calling, my friend, okay? You do. You have a calling. A big one, right? I'm telling you, you may even find that as you become more public, there's going to be people writing to you, emailing to you, explaining their situation, explaining what's going on where they are, right? Lines of inquiry that you can take, right? Do your investigations, right? Maybe even forward that information onto those who are boots on the ground, active in those areas, that can look into it further. So you have a very important role to play here. Exactly. So don't worry about these karmic individuals, okay? The ones that chose to, I don't know, maybe succumb to certain pressures, right? Of relatives that ended up becoming just like them, or yes men and women, right? People that try to get you to stray on the wrong path. Because, yeah, it's not even your problem. It's out of your hands now. This is a situation that's already been taken care of. Yeah, that karmic feminine as well. For some of you, that is one of these relatives. They are kind of stuck now, and they realize that you may have even tried to, for some of you, this could have even been a sister that you try to get to run away with you. They won't come, okay? Instead, they chose to stay, right? But I'm getting for someone that could be a sister, like a sibling. You try to convince them, possibly even beg them to come because you're afraid what would happen to them. They won't come. Now they're regretting staying where they were, staying put, okay? Yeah, because you couldn't help them. You tried, they had their opportunity, they didn't take it, right? Yeah, so now this person finds themselves stuck. And they could be, resentful towards you because they find themselves in this horrific situation. But it's not your fault. You tried, okay? They chose to remain where they are. If they want to be angry at anyone, they should be angry at these relatives, not you, okay? It has no bearing on you. You did your part. They need to do theirs to free themselves, right? But, I feel like this person could have thrown their lot in with these lot, because it looks like they've been molded by them to some extent. So, I don't know, maybe they haven't done quite as many nefarious things as they have. Maybe this person can still redeem themselves, but they have to liberate themselves, right? Exactly. Come clean. Knight of Swords. They can free themselves, but they have to do it. They have to be the one to do it. You can't save them. They need to save themselves. Yeah. I know you would like to be reunited with them, because I honestly do feel like for somebody, like this is a message for someone in particular, like the main person who's reading this is for, you want to be reunited with this sibling or this person that was very close to you growing up. I get that, right? I totally get that. But they have to be the ones to liberate themselves. You can only help them once they've helped themselves. That's the reality. That's the harsh truth of the matter, all right? And that's something they are increasingly becoming aware of themselves, okay? Yeah. You can see a few cards sticking out here. We have the Page of Swords and the Ace of Cups. And they're also aware, you know, that something has happened. Something's shifted in your energy. Because bearing in mind, if this is a sibling, they're also gifted when it comes to energy work, okay? Yeah, so they may be picking up on the fact that you're drawn to someone else's energy here. Someone you find very attractive, you know, someone who you feel like is attractive to you because of their energy signature. Again, very similar to you, right? But someone who has the same heart with the Queen of Cups, because you have the King of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups. So it's not only were you drawn in by this person's energy, but by their hearts, right? Yeah. So they're aware that there is someone who has captivated your heart, that has activated your heart. They feel that. And that could be triggering them on some level because they don't feel like they have that from anyone, right? They don't have that. They don't have that love and support, not from family, not from friends, not from anyone they've dated, you know, because that's the environment they've allowed themselves to continue to be a part of, right? And I don't get I get it. It wouldn't be easy for this person to escape, but would it be impossible? No. I don't feel like this person is under the same level of persecution that you were, right? Exactly, yes. This person is actually held in quite high regard by these lot, right? Because, again, this is someone who's been playing by the rules, to at least to some extent. But this is someone definitely, yeah, this is the magician. This is someone who's definitely gifted as well, though, right? I do feel like, you know, they have the ability to transform their circumstances. So they just have to be willing to take those brave actions, those brave steps towards that, you know. Whereas with you, yeah, you are being bestowed a huge blessing here. A divine feminine with the Empress. Someone who you're supposed to actually possibly settle down with, okay? So the two of you could end up having children, and that'll be the sparking of a new divine lineage here, okay? The spark of a new bloodline being formed through your union. And that's what's going to help to destroy this generational curse, basically. It's going to help to uplift the curse that's on your bloodline. And that also guarantees, you know, whatever that was placed upon you, that's going to be transmuted. Because what did I say? You are an energy worker. You are the magician also, right? So by turning all of this hatred and persecution and just dark energy into high vibrational energy, into love, into pure white light energy, into compassion, you know, instead of being persecuted by family, you're going to form a very loving bond with family members that you literally help to father, you know. Yeah, that changes it. That transmute the energy. You're literally going to transmute it from, like I say, a family unit full of hate and distrust and persecution to one full of love and compassion and togetherness, unity, you know. So it's a big deal. Yeah. And you're going to come to realize that this was all part of it. This was all part of the journey. You know, this was part of your soul mission. Is it easy? Absolutely not. Not everyone could bear the weight of this burden, okay? The burdens that come with this journey. But you absolutely have the ability to do so and overcome it, right? So on some level, you probably feel like, you know, it's been your cross to bear. But it won't indefinitely, right? Like I say, success, happiness, joy, victory is literally fated for you. It's in your destiny, right? It is already predestined that you will succeed. And that's why whenever there's, like a bump in the road or a fork in the road that can lead you down the wrong path, you're actually getting a heads up ahead of time, right? To help you continue making the right choices, informed decisions, okay? To keep choosing the high road. Because as we know, the adversary is cunning, right? They take many forms, many guises, and create many different scenarios, okay, to try and trip you up. And so I think they may be using like a karmic feminine energy, definitely feels like family. But it could be like a childhood friend or a childhood sweetheart, but it feels like family for most cases. They're dangling that carrot because they know there's a soft spot there, right? So it's like trying to use that to get you to come back to try and rescue them and, fight their battles. But that would be a mistake. You'd just be walking straight into their trap. This person has to liberate themselves and then you can meet them halfway. All right, so there's a big warning there for that. But other than that, just know that you are this blessed divine masculine that has ties to a royal family, but is also of divine lineage, divine blood, okay? And that's what makes you such a threat to these people. Because like I say, it's already clear where they formed their allegiances. So of course, they were instructed to get rid of you because it's clear where your allegiance is, okay? With source. So that's why, okay? So for some of you, you already know that this is why you've been persecuted. For others, it may not have been as clear as all that, and hopefully this will shed some light on that. But just know that you are extremely gifted, extremely blessed, so supported. I mean, look, we have deity energy here, right? So literally, like, your story is like that of legends, of myths, right? So your story is going to hold weight for years to come. It's going to be a story that becomes known, retold, okay? Especially throughout various communities and through the ages, It's going to be the stuff of legends. So your calling is a great one, my friend. And like I say, it's up to you to fulfill this destiny, this role that you have, Because not only will it be the very essence of your own liberation, freedom, your ability to break these curses and completely transform your life, okay, and how your story will end here on this earthly plane, but it will also have the ability to transform the lives of many others as well. So your calling is a big one. But anyway, I hope this helps whoever needed this message. It was very deep. And like I say, there was aspects of it that seemed very, very specific. But even still, I know there's masculines out there that will see this, that may even be shown this, okay, by their person at some day or at some date. That will resonate with aspects of this and, the challenges of this journey. But just know that your experiences are not for naught, okay? It's put you in a unique position where you can speak from the heart, from first-hand experience on what is going on in the world, right? And the types of figures that are behind it and for what purpose, for what reason, okay? And how it's time for a change. Because Source is literally mobilizing their people, right? His, hers, theirs, right? It's however you want to coin that, okay? Source Light is mobilizing their people as we speak, right? In order to invoke change here, okay? And that's many, many different individuals in many different ways. Yeah, because it's time. It's time to rewrite the narrative. It's time to shift the frequency. Yeah. It's time to burn away these old narratives, these old structures, these old status quos that do nothing but cause a tremendous amount of harm, for a whole bunch of people and keeps the wrong people in seats of power. So that's what we're seeing currently, okay? So I hope this helps. Hopefully it made sense and it makes, it not only makes sense, but it helps to shed light on certain areas. So if you did resonate with this or you found this interesting, Feel free to hit the thumbs up. It'd be greatly appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment. Obviously, if anyone leaves any ridiculousness in my comments, you'll probably just get blocked, but there you go. Because I have very little tolerance with people who just want to be abusive. But, you know, I know that there's definitely going to be some people out there that will vibe with this. But anyway, or at least, like I say, will understand how this relates to them. But guys, you take care of yourselves, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.